we're going to go ahead and move on to West Who. John Farr is here with us. I'm going to go ahead and unmute him. So there he is. Thank you so much for joining us today. And your topic, of course, is going to be on social media interaction and establishing agencies. And I know that you did make a video. Let me see on, yeah, I do have the video here. Is there anything you'd like to say before or after I play the video?
No, I appreciate being part of the conference, and I think it's a wonderful idea. I want to commend you and all the people that have worked on it.
Well, thank you. I certainly appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and get started and play that video from West Who on another very good topic. Let me go ahead and get that screen share done. All right, and here we go.
Hi, my name is John Farr. I'm the former president of West Who and currently the Minister of Citizen Affairs. Today, I want to talk to you about building government agencies. I think these are aspects of a nation that are important, and they'll help develop your micronation and make it truly independent. So first, the post office. That's one of the agencies that we've developed with the West Who government. You might say, why a post office? When I started West Who back in 1969, 1970, writing letters was very important. And obviously, over the last 50 years, that has gone down, and now we communicate in other ways. But here, for example, are made this in junior high, and handmade West Who stamps, and you can see that this 1972 stamp has a tank on it. Here, support your West Who Army, and that's what we were interested in junior high, was fighting each other, our micronations, and there were 14 different people I knew, friends at that age, and we all had micronations. But the post office developed over time, and today we have legitimate stamps that we use. So here's the West Who astronaut on the moon saluting the West Who flag. This was given for our, or not given, but made for our 50th anniversary. The second agency that I would like to talk to you about today is the West Who Space Agency, and this is one of my favorites. The West Who Space Agency has its own website. You can check that out at westwhospace.com. It's on Instagram and Twitter. And this is a functioning agency in our government. It has a space director, we have an astronaut, just really a lot of fun. It's responsible, let me show you this picture, for putting a West Who astronaut on the moon, saluting our flag, and it's just great. Hi, the last agency I'd like to talk to you about is the West Who Intelligence Service, or spy agency, and obviously I can't share a lot of the inner details with you, but there is information on our website at westwho.com about the intelligence service, its duties, and what it does. And there are 2 videos on the West Who YouTube page that also talk about the spy agency. But I did want to share with you today, I was able to get from the intelligence service this top secret folder that West Who agents obtained from the Central Intelligence Agency, and then this was quite a while ago. The folder has some information about a UFO that traveled over West Who, and West Who's located in Southern California. So I'll just read a little bit of the report to you. I think you might be interested in it. It said that according to agents, and these are American agents, CIA agents, so the West Who agents were able to obtain this covertly from the United States. It said, according to the agents, they had interviewed 4 experienced pilots who were among the first to report seeing the discs. The pilots reported the discs as being, and then this is blacked out, so we don't have all the information, but they did see this. It said both pilots interviewed reported the same story, confirming that they had never seen similar craft before. They were contacted by senior U.S. military personnel. West Who officials were not present at the interview. Agent, and the names blacked out, gained the impression that the U.S. officials instituted this investigation to wash out the flying disc reports, since they are definitely not of American origin. Cooperation between W-2 agents and U.S. officials did not seem to be forthcoming. Interesting, a little bit of history from the West Who intelligence files. As we close our time together today, I just want to encourage you to develop your micronation. I think doing this through government agencies is a great way to do it. It's a lot of fun and it draws people in.
All right. So thank you for that video presentation, of course. Is there anything else that you'd like to elaborate on? Anybody have any questions about department agencies or anything of that sort?
I just want to say, and I think it's been pointed out several times, that doing this should be fun. You put in a lot of time and excuse me, effort, but you need to have fun with your micronation as well. And I think areas that you personally are interested in make it easier to develop your micronation. And as several other speakers have pointed out, it starts to draw people in. So some of the topics that others have shared today is, relevant in building government agencies. So, the space agency, Kevin Baugh talked about launching model rockets, and that's a great activity. And you can do things with your micronation and the different activities that you do that are meaningful and draw people in and can steer people in different directions. And but it does make it interesting for you. And I think in the long run, you'll be more likely to stick with your developing your micronation and turning it into something that others appreciate and want to be involved in, or at least find out about.
Most definitely. You do have a question in the chat.
Okay.
So it says, I have a question for West Who as a whole. What do you call a citizen of West Who? A West Whoian?
Yes, that's exactly what individually, we just refer to ourselves as who's. So, but a West Whoan is how we refer to ourselves.
Very good.
Now, the name West Who comes from, for those of you that may not be from the United States are familiar, it comes from a Dr. Seuss book, and he was a children's author, and he created a people called the Who's, and they're mentioned in a story, The Grinch Stole Christmas. And so when I was a young kid, I had seen that video, and they were just nice, pleasant people. And so I decided at the time to name our nation after the Who's, from Dr. Seuss, and today, we consider ourselves nice, pleasant people. So that's kind of where it came from.
Okay. Anyone have any more questions? Statements?
Great. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're certainly glad that you came today.